Buongiorno! Welcome, bienvenuti! Welcome to quick, easy, delicious
new
lasagna 2.0.
Okay, so this is a dish, an Italian dish that many will not be familiar, known as
Rotolo.
This is quick, this is easy, and this is the new lasagna. Right, first step, we got a pan on high heat. We're gonna go with a bit of oil.
AKA
whatever oil you have.
of oil.
Once the oil is nice and warm, which ours is now, we've got one large onion which we have chopped. Use 2 small ones in place of it. And we've got 2 cloves of garlic.
Okay, so if you're wondering what Rotolo is, it is rounds. We're making a delicious ricotta stuffed Rotolo. We're making a sun-dried tomato pesto to go through it. We're frying off mushrooms. It is next level. It is kind of like an Italian version of enchiladas.
I like that idea.
And this is lasagna 2.0.
Okay, so we've taken about 150 to 200 grams of oyster mushrooms. I'm just gonna pull them. Use a knife alternatively if you want. I want them in long strips. That's the big thing that I want. Okay, onions and garlics are browning. You see the way they're browning, indicating flavor development.
Great smell in the room. As we said, we've got 100 grams of oyster mushrooms. We pull them or slice them long and fine. Use whatever mushrooms you have. Just slice them nice and fine and long strips.
Yeah, keep a bit of shape on them. Okay, so this is the part that we want to develop more flavor in our mushrooms. We're going to take another frying pan, obviously make sure the base is clean, and we're going to put it on top and compress.
What this is going to do is draw the moisture out of the mushrooms, encourage more caramelization. It'll make them flatter, more delicious, tasty mushroom love. That's a technical term.
Okay, so it's been going for a good while now, and you see, because there's so much moisture in the mushrooms, it's actually starting to steam as opposed to fry. I'm just going to give these a nice little turn.
See all the moisture, all the evaporating moisture.
And repeat, take pan and lean on it. Okay, obviously if you don't have 2 frying pans, you can skip this step, but it's a step worthy of trying because you will develop a lot more flavor and your mushrooms will just carry a lot more bang. And
okay, to infuse more flavor into mushrooms, we're introducing a dear friend of mine, tamari. We're going to go in with 2 to 3 tablespoons of tamari. It's just going to infuse that umami flavor.
Wow, that was a generous 2 to 3 tablespoons.
Beautiful.
So I'm just going to turn them off the heat. They're just going to slowly, the tamari's going to evaporate and just infuse our shrooms. Now the mushrooms are done, we're going to make a simple spinach and ricotta filling. This is vegan, so we've 300 grams of soaked cashews. Make sure to drain and rinse them. Rinse them, you're removing a bit of an acid.
Soak them for?
We soaked them in boiling water for about 20 minutes. Otherwise, soak them overnight if you have time. Into our blender go our cashews.
In on top of that, we're adding
half a teaspoon
of garlic powder. So in top of the cashews and the garlic powder, we've got 200 ml of just regular water, adding in with a decent pinch of salt.
So this is the basis of our ricotta.
Ricotta.
Okay, so I blended. The one thing about a ricotta is it's got to be super smooth. So if your blender isn't as good as that, just give it a little bit of time so it's super silky. Okay, cool.
Okay, so in on top of our ricotta, we've got some wilted spinach. We've got approximately 150 grams of wilted spinach.
So simply take spinach, put it in a pan with a little bit of water and just allow it just to wilt. Make sure just to give it a good drain after it's cooked because there's lots of moisture and we want to make sure.
What you could do is just thaw some frozen spinach, 200 grams.
Yeah, and just literally fold it through it. Now we're just going to make our base tomato sauce, which is very simple. So in a bowl, we've got 1 jar of passata, 680 ml, in on top
700 grams actually, Steve.
Okay, well. We've got 1 jar of the best sun-dried tomato pesto in the world, the Happy Pear one. Use whatever sun-dried tomato pesto you can get. If you do live in Ireland, this one is the best.
Or use whatever pesto. It's just to really infuse a depth of flavour to tomato sauce and give it that next level banging.
It's going to enrich it significantly and add a lot more flavour that you wouldn't otherwise have.
So what we simply do is just mixy.
So that's our simple tomato sauce. It's done, it's ready. In essence, what the pesto has done is it's just given it more calories, more flavour, and just suddenly make it taste like, oh, I want more of that.
Okay, so that's pretty much most of the steps that Rotolo done.
Okay, let's take our pie dish. This is what we're going to make our Rotolo in, a simple round Rotolo dish. Casserole dish. Pour in our tomato sauce. We want the tomato sauce to go about 1/3 of the way.
Okay, so now it's time to bring this Rotolo together.
So what we've done is we've taken 1 pack of lasagna sheets, we've soaked them in lukewarm water for about 20 to 30 minutes, soaking them in essence as rehydrate. They're now soft. We've cut them in half, so we've got long strips like this, and this is our Rotolo. Yeah. So pop our pasta sheets down, take a little bit of spinach and ricotta filling. I'm gonna put that right up the middle of it.
Now we're gonna take a handful of the super tasty mushroom.
And then we're gonna roll up our little enchilada, our little Italian enchilada. I'm just gonna land her down like that.
Okay, so we've assembled it all together. It's looking nice. It's still looking a little...
Just pack it in with as much of your rolled kind of Italian style enchiladas. I think that's the best way to take them. We've about 50 grams of breadcrumbs. Obviously, if you're gluten-free, use gluten-free breadcrumbs. In on top of that, I'm gonna put about 1 tablespoon of oil, so that's 3 teaspoons of any oil of choice. I'm gonna put a pinch of salt. I've got a few little sprigs of thyme. I'm just gonna mix through it. Just give it a good mix. What the oil is going to do is just going to enable it crisp up a little better. It's going to add variety of texture in there because we have creamy, we have kind of a little bit of bite from the mushrooms, with tomato, and now this is going to add a nice crunch, nice crispiness.
It'll brown up and give a golden deliciousness to the dish.
Okay, in on top, just take a few more sprigs of thyme. We're just going to put a couple there just to give it that nice little artsy look.
Like a green.
We've preheated our oven to 200 degrees. We're going to put it and bake it for about 20 minutes just until it all comes together. The flavours marry and the pasta is literally just dripping with flavour.
Okay, oven gloves on. The Rotolo lasagna 2.0 has been in the oven for 20 minutes.
Ready for the big reveal. Here's the big reveal.
Is it. Dun, 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 dun.
I am ready. Oh, my dear friend.
Wow. Rustic. This looks like heaven.
Whew. Okay, this is the big moment. I am totally salivating, cannot wait. Look at that. Like, the beautiful thing about this is you're getting that creaminess, you're getting the bite of the mushroom. Like, good luck getting that in your mouth. Yeah, that's intimidating. So if you're civilized, I'd recommend eating this with a plate and a little bit of a knife and fork. But if you tend to edge or on the barbaric side, this is the way we...
My God, that's a taste sensation. Lasagna, your yesterday. Rotolo, welcome to my party.
Wow, it's beautiful. Like that ricotta sauce is fabulous.
Really
the
banging.
crispiness of the breadcrumbs and thyme just adds a lovely extra note to it. I haven't got to the mushroom yet.
Anyway, I'm going to say thank you for watching. Thank you for making it this far in the video. This is
genuinely exceptional. This makes a great centerpiece dish for any festivity, whether it be
celebration,
whatever
parties,
it is.
family gatherings, Christmas Day, Hanuman, Thanksgiving. Anyway, you get the idea.
Super tasty. Thank you for watching.
Leave a comment below if you make it, or let us know what you think of it. And thanks for the community. We really appreciate it. Bye 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 bye.